What is going on today, guys? Today we are inside my 2016 Mini Cooper S. We're going to be taking it up to a drive to near Estes Park, roughly. And I'm just, along the way, I'm going to be telling you a little bit about the car. And I've had this car now for roughly 5 months, I want to say. And so I'm just going to be giving you my thoughts and impressions on it over this time and everything like that. So let's go. Seatbelt on, sport mode. I might have immediately started off a little hard here, but it's fine. So I've had this car now for about 5 months. I got it back in, oh man, wow, my math is off. I've had it for 7 months now. August was really 7 months ago, holy crap. But in the past 7 months, I have put almost 6,000 miles on it. And so I figured I'd just tell you a little bit about my time with the car. During that 6,000 miles, I've taken it on one cruise with people and 2 personal cruises. I should slow it down through here. Oh, that's exactly what I love to see. Completely empty. It's exactly what I love to see. Sorry, I'm so distracted because we are in the middle of the coronavirus. I am social distancing by keeping myself inside my car. But there's nobody, which means we're going to do this. Oh yes, the road handling. Oh yes. This car just grips. There's a reason why they call the Mini Coopers go-karts for the road. Slow it down. Ooh, I slowed way down through that. I took a little too much into there. As much as I like going fast, I am not in the mood to go flying off that. Okay. I'm going to calm it down. I got to chill for a sec. Chill. I'm going to pull in a little bit of strap me in there and say chill. For the past... Ooh, good lord. Really good idea that I decided to chill through that. Okay. Back on topic. For the past 6,000 miles, I've been on 3 cruises, 2 personal and 1 with a group. Typically I take the opposite direction. I'm coming downhill through here. So going uphill through this area is a different journey. That's the word I'm going to use. Yeah. And over that 6,000 miles or so, I've really liked this car a lot. My favorite thing, personally, listen. I don't know how audible those are. Pops. It pops for days. I'll insert a clip here of the popcorn. It's just such a fun car to drive. It's the perfect little daily driver. It's got 189 horsepower, so it's not a lot at all. Caden drives a 225 horsepower Volkswagen Golf GTI. He will beat me in a drag race, but if he was to try and keep up with me through that little corner there, he can't. I can grip so much better than he can in almost all conditions. The ride, going over this. Oh, sorry, I'm good. It's not great, I'm gonna be honest. It's not the worst. I've definitely driven things with worse ride. But in sport mode, it's kind of rough. In regular mode, it's fine, but in sport, it's enough that my sister actually makes me take it out of sport mode when we're driving through the town. Win some, lose some. But on a mostly smooth back road like this, it's awesome. Because it corners flat. This Cooper was equipped with the optional, I believe they're the magnetic dampers. I don't know what Mini actually calls it. And I believe they were a $500 option when this car was new. And I couldn't imagine it without it because it helps it corner so flat. Going into another curvy section here. The other thing you can hear, I don't know if you can hear it there, it uses a wastegate, but at low RPMs, it actually sounds a lot like a blow-off valve. One of the best noises that this car makes, going underneath an underpass in the town of Firestone, letting it off, it's obnoxious. I had my sister yell at me for it before. I want to talk a little bit about the history of Mini here. Sorry, I'm distracted by all this. I want to talk about the history of Mini here. So, Mini started in 1965, or I don't know actually if they started in 65, but that's when they became popular with their original Mini Cooper, which was groundbreaking at the time because they mounted the engine transversely, which allowed this ridiculously small British car to fit 4 full-size adults. Of course, they're British adults, so they're all 5'6". You cannot fit 4 full-size adults in this. You can fit 2 and 2 midgets. That's just the way it is. But the Mini Cooper, the original one, was amazing at rallying. Hey look, it's another one! Sorry, ADD. The original Mini was amazing at rallying. And then they just kind of disappeared as a company. They won a lot of rallies, and then rally shifted to 4-wheel drive, and Mini dropped out, and they disappeared. They came back in 2002, I want to say, it might have been 2003, under the BMW brand with a Peugeot engine, and the engine was poo. It would blow up a lot at about 40,000 miles. And so it kind of sucked. My friend Chloe actually has a regular Mini Cooper from that generation, and hers has been remarkably reliable. Of course, she doesn't have the Cooper S. The Cooper S was the one that blew up. The Cooper regular was about as reliable as a British car can get. A British-German car from the early 2000s. Not. So she got lucky with that. But in the late 2000s, they moved to the R56 chassis, which is that red John Cooper Works that I almost bought, and then didn't because it was falling apart. And then in the early 2010s, they moved to this chassis. This is the F56 chassis. It's got a BMW engine instead of a Peugeot engine. It's a 2-liter single turbocharged twin power, which means it's just got variable valve timing. Or no, not variable valve timing, variable camshaft profiles, which means that at high RPM it gets a little bit more power, but at low it's really fuel efficient. This is by far the best Mini out. It grips better than any of the previous generations. It's a little bit bigger, but not by much. I think they grew about a foot in length and about a half foot in height. But the creature comforts have grown immensely. This is all soft touch. This is soft touch. Soft touch. Not a touch screen, but it is a BMW iDrive 5 reskin. I want to say it's 5. It's easy to use. It's got a controller down here right where you want it. The one thing I don't like about in here, or not the one thing, but one of the big things I don't like, that's where this sits normally. So when you put the handbrake up, this goes to here. You have to drop it down. Pain in the butt, but it's become second habit. I do it so much. Oh, we're getting into some more twisties here. The other thing it has, I don't know if you've really been able to hear it, it has active rev matching. So if I go from 4th to 3rd, foot's all the way off the brake. 3rd to 2nd, that's off the gas, my bad. So that works really well, especially around town. It makes me sound a little cooler. I'm going to be honest, I'm kind of childish about all this. It has interior lighting. Obviously, you can't really see any of that, but it's got interior lighting, which is a ton of fun. And it's got a ring here, which I might put in a video of that. I don't know. The ring can show a bunch of stuff. I want to go this way. Bighorn Cheap, next 10 miles. Maybe we'll see one. And now we're seeing our first little bit of traffic right as we get into the actual twisties. Naturally. But yeah, my actual review of the car. I absolutely love it. I have been in love with it since day one, and I'm still in love with it 6,000 miles later, which is not uncommon, but some people tend to fall out of love with their cars. I'm not one of those people. I am falling out of love with the fact that there are 2 trucks and a Nissan Altima in front of me, with no slow vehicle pull-off or passing area. Things that I do truly like in here. I really love the interior ambient lighting. It is really fun, and it's a bit of a conversation starter. When somebody's never been in here, they see it, I'll mess with it, and they'll look super surprised. I really like the automatic climate control, actually. It's surprisingly useful in the middle of winter, because you can just put it onto auto, crank it, and it won't blow out cold air in your face. It'll wait till it gets up to temperature before it'll start pumping warm. The heated seats, along that same vein, the heated seats are called the mini electric chairs. I have had to turn them off for my friends, because I'll turn it on when they start. My friend will get in the car and they'll be like, how do I turn this thing off? It's so hot already. I'm like, you haven't even been in it for more than 10 seconds. It's not a bad thing though, because like, it's warm by the time I leave my driveway on a negative 20-degree day. And I'm not making that up. The power folding mirrors are actually really helpful, because my garage is small, my garage space, and so the power folding mirrors are able to let me just park in the garage without having to get out and like close the mirror like that. The issue is, my friends and I like to play pranks on each other by closing each other's mirrors. They didn't realize mine had power folding mirrors and closed it, and messed up the system for a day. So don't mess with the power folding mirrors on this. And my favorite thing I love about Mini is the customizability. I've already thrown 3 things onto this car, and I've got plans to do another 2. I've got the mirror caps, the valve stem covers, and a Mini Cooper light. And I am planning on eventually getting the John Cooper Works exhaust. The John Cooper Works exhaust is an exhaust and tune. It's an active exhaust, which I really like. Got a little button, you can open up a flap, it becomes straight piped. Which is, you all know everybody loves straight pipes. Oh, yes, let me get past these guys. Dang it, I fell way back. Can't get past them. It's not just an exhaust, it's an exhaust and tune package. It tunes you up to about 209 horsepower, so it's 20 horsepower. Maybe it's 229. It's either 20 or 40 horsepower. I have to double check that. I'll put a little caption on what it is. But with that, it's that completely transforms the car, and it actually puts it within fighting distance of most of the other cars in its competition. Right now, it's a little underpowered. The things I don't like about this car, however, are the sounds. The number one thing I don't like is the sound system. This one didn't have the Harman Kardon when I got it. I'm going to come back through here with no traffic. Holy crap. This one did not have the Harman Kardon sound system. And because of that, it's lacking in the mid-lows and in the low-lows. Or the low mids are completely gone. And then the super lows, that's a nice looking Veloster, are just also gone. It does have the 808s, but it doesn't have anything between like low and mid-low, if that makes any sense. Like, it's just kind of lacking. It only lets you adjust the bass and the treble, and I've got it tuned as best I can, but it's not really great. There's the third gear. And why are you... Oh, you moron. But that's about the the main thing I don't like, other than this. Otherwise, I'd say I like just about everything else in this car. Oh, and the auto stop start. I've disabled that entirely, just turned it off. It's entirely useless. I bet you I could save an extra mile to the gallon, but it's not worth it. On my last fill up, I got 29.3 miles to the gallon while driving it like an idiot, as you can see in my previous video, the scavenger hunt. But otherwise, I do genuinely love this car, and I can't see myself getting rid of it for a long time. I think what I would like to do is add a more powerful, probably muscle car. I'm leaning towards either a GT350 or a Corvette Grand Sport, because the Grand Sport's got the convertible and convertible Targa. Yeah, I'm definitely coming back through here with the without traffic. And the GT350 is just a fantastic car in every sense of the word. But otherwise, I don't think I'm going to get rid of this. Like, it is the perfect daily driver, and with me going off to college, I think it's the perfect college car. It is great for in town. It's got just enough power for me to zip around, but not enough for me to get into trouble, for the most part. It's fun. It's a little flashy, but not over the top. It has the twin stripes on the front, and it's got this ridiculous electric blue color, but it's not enough that will, like, that guy's an asshole. So yeah, that's kind of just where I am with this car. And I don't think I really have anything else to say, so I'm going to pull in here. And handbrake. See, that's what I mean by it's fun. It encourages you to be stupid like that. But I think I'm going to kind of wrap it up here. That's mainly my thoughts about the car. It's awesome. I want to add the exhaust, add a little power, add a little sound, and I might get the big brake kit because bigger brakes are always better. I do want to take this to the track. High Plains Raceway is, assuming we get over this coronavirus, is going to be open soon. I want to take it out there soon. But otherwise, yeah, it's great for these mountain back roads on a Sunday afternoon. It's kind of this perfect car. So, until next time,